back to my channel. So today we have another story time. I actually enjoyed doing the other ones and I got a lot of good feedback from it, so I decided to do another one. So today we're going to talk about becoming a qualified lawyer in Zimbabwe. My story on how it worked and what it took for me to become a qualified lawyer. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video and it gives someone information that they need and find very helpful. If not, you can just laugh at my struggles and laugh at my pain like I did. If you're a new person, hello and welcome to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, how you doing? Let's get into this. So, hey guys, today we're talking about what it takes to become a qualified lawyer in Zimbabwe. And, well, my journey in becoming one. Right, so for those of you who may not know, I studied corporate and financial law in the UK from 2008 to 2011. That was my undergrad degree. Then I did the LPC, which is a postgraduate course, from 2011 to 2012. No, 2013 actually. Now, the LPC is where you become a solicitor. Well, you're training to be a solicitor. After you've done your law degree in the UK, you have two options: either become a solicitor or a barrister. Solicitor is the in-house lawyers, or the ones who work in the law firms, high street or global firms, that kind of thing. Barristers are the ones who go to court and do advocates' chambers and, what are they called? Just chambers in general as well. I hate court. I knew this after doing an internship after first year. The whole hullabaloo of wearing the wig and the gown, it just didn't rub me up the right way. I like my power suit and being able to walk into a room and you see me and you're not focusing on the way that wig is sitting awkwardly on my head. So for me it was a no-brainer. Now, that was the easy part of this story. Now, usually if you stay in the UK after you've done your LPC, you're either going to get a training contract or go straight into work, depending on which one you get first, right? Now with me, halfway through my LPC, I think I started to doubt whether I wanted to be just purely in a law firm or explore other avenues, which led me to do my internship in Cairo at ZIMBABWE. I have a story time over here. You can follow this link here. I did a story time about my time there. The best thing I've ever done, career-wise, life-wise. Watch the video to know more, but yeah. I then realized that my career was kind of drifting towards more financial services and firm, like consulting firm type life, not necessarily law firm type setup. Right. So I did a year and a half at ZIMBABWE, and then that's when I decided I needed to get registered as a lawyer on the African continent for me to actually be able to expand and do what I wanted to do. Now, the two options I had was Zimbabwe or Botswana, because those are both my home countries. Botswana only does the qualifying law exams once a year in June. In Zimbabwe, you can do them twice a year, which is June and November. When I made this decision, it was around August, September. So for me, ergo, there was another seating coming up in November, so I chose Zimbabwe. Somebody should have warned me before I did that, because I think if I'd done bots, this might have been a nicer story. Right, that was 2015, end of 2015. That's when I registered to start doing my exams. Now, in Zimbabwe, there's an organization called the Council of Legal Education, CLE for short. They're the ones who handle professional exams for all legal qualifications. So they're the CPTs, which are the ones that are done by qualified lawyers who are preparing to run their own practice. And then there's the conversions. The conversions are done by LLB holders who want to become legal practitioners in Zimbabwe. Now this is if you have done your LLB in South Africa, Kenya, or the UK, Australia, or the States. These are the people coming to write conversions. Right. Now, if you've gotten your LLB in a country that does Roman Dutch law, you'll only do 6 exams. If you've done your degree in a country that does common law and English law, you will do 8 exams. Guess which ones I had to do. Now, In an ideal world, this process is supposed to take 1 to 2 years, right? Because they expect you to split up the exams in 2 sittings. And this is with you having an extra attempt in the middle, right? Because not always do you get it correct, because English and Roman Dutch law are relatively very different. Unbeknownst to me, there was an added issue, because for some odd reason, the people at the CLE take a personal effect that you studied outside the continent. So they'll either try to frustrate you into doing a bribe situation, or they'll just prolong the process of you finishing the exams and getting your certificate of completion. All my friends who did their degrees in South Africa, most of them I know either wrote all 6 at once, or they broke them into 2 sessions, and within those 2 sessions they were done. With me, I had to write, I think only 4 papers I wrote once, and that was it. The other 4 are the ones that then took me these 5 years to do. Like I started in 2015, I qualified in 2020. Well, I finished exams in 2020. Guys, that's longer than my undergrad and my LPC combined. And I was not a person who failed exams at school. Like, this was a very novel experience. And not novel in a nice way, because I started to doubt myself. It was affecting my work as well, because I then just thought, maybe I'm not cut out for this thing. It's not meant for me. It really took away my passion for law. Because by 2019, I was convinced that I'm never going to practice law. And I don't want to do it. I don't even want to consider going to another country and starting this whole process again. I don't think I'm emotionally strong enough to do it. So even when I prepared to write my last exam in November last year, I literally told myself that if it doesn't work out this time, I'm giving it up. I'm hanging that jacket up and moving to my financial services side of life. That's where I'm going to be. And I remember when I got my results. Now, the CLE does this very weird thing. You have the option of getting a remark. And nowadays, about 60 to 80% of the people who ask for a remark automatically pass. For me, this was very jarring, because I don't understand why I have to pay you a second time for you to just prove that I did a good job. And you're making me pay the full exam fees. It's not even like a subsidized fee for the remark. And what they were now doing is, at the beginning when I started writing, the pass mark was 50%, by the way. They would tell you what percentage you got when you wrote the exam. In about 2016, 2017, they changed it, and it was now just pass or fail. Now this is a very difficult part, because you know, if you have a pass mark of 50, if you get 35, you know, okay, I'm around here, I need to study maybe this more. I missed about 2 topics. Or if you're like 48, then you know you're on the right track, you just need to do a bit more. If you're like at 20%, then you just know, oh girl, you just went down the wrong path. Now if it's just a pass or fail, I don't even know if I was on the right track or I went completely wrong. I don't know how to prepare for this exam. Bear in mind, there are no official notes, they're just past papers. And you've just got people peddling information in the fraternity. So you have like an old UZ lawyer who tells you, oh, this is how it works when you're doing law at UZ, this is how the exam, because the same examiners write the conversions are the ones who write the law exams at UZ. So you'll probably go train with the UZ students here and there to see what they're learning and hope that you kind of get the exam technique down. But there's like no official content. You just have a syllabus and a past paper, and they tell you, have fun, Shara, and pass the exam. And I was like, guys, we're an entire legal fraternity. Why is there so much disorder? And the worst part is when you ask them to have some form of accountability, you become target, enemy number 1. and they're going to make sure you either fail and take way longer than you should to pass those exams, or just frustrate you out of the system. That was really what upset me, because I'm like, I have my rights. I should not be scared to question a system because it might jeopardize my career or my progress. Like, you'd be just stuck in this weird cycle of toxicity, and you're just like, oh, I just want to get it done so I can move on. To the point where when I got my results and I had passed after the remark, I wasn't even happy. Like, I was really, like, it was just a huge amount of relief. Like, I was happy it was over. But I'm still very jarred. Like, I'm triggered by all of it. Like, I don't know if I want to practice law anymore. Like, if I'm down that route. Like, I think I took a short left to entrepreneurship somewhere along the line, and it's taking me somewhere. Like, I enjoy the work. Like, when I have my clients and everything, it works. But I think just putting the word lawyer is now very traumatic for me just because of this experience, which I was very upset about because they stole my childhood dream. Like, I have been wanting to be a corporate lawyer since I was 12. And within the space of 2 years, they managed to shatter my dream just purely because of corruption and bureaucracy and foolishness. So I don't know, like, that was my experience. I know other people have had very great experiences. It took only a year to do it, and they're loving practice. I'm so happy for you. Please tell me how you did it. Maybe I might find my love again. Comment down below how you did it, how we can help the guys who are coming after us so that they don't have to deal with this, because it's become my fear now when I hear anyone who's in the UK and they say they're doing law, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, they're gonna have to go through that. And there's some people right now who have applied to write and are not able to write because the council is saying you don't have a qualifying law degree. And I'm sitting here like, but Zimbabwe, do you think a whole entire university in the UK that's in the top 10, or in the States that's in the top 20, would give someone an unqualifying law degree? Like, does that make sense? Just because they want you to pay chiwokomo or whatever it may be. Like, this is my frustration with it. But I sincerely hope that something changes and they are held accountable some way, somehow, because I don't think that's the way it's supposed to work. Like, you will literally kill someone's dream, not because they didn't get the degree, but because of the professional qualification. And it's in my, and the worst part is, I can somehow take it if it's in a foreign country, but it's my, like, it's my home country. Like, that's where I was born. That's where I'm supposed to be able to say, this is my home. The Constitution rips me. How is it even protecting me when it's making my life difficult? Purely because I was privileged enough to go study in Europe. Like, that's the only reason I'm going through this. If I had studied in South Africa, I wouldn't be experiencing this. Like, make it make sense. But yeah, as it stands now, I'm just waiting for my certificate of completion so I can go to the High Court of Zimbabwe and officially register as a legal practitioner. Please understand, when that day comes, the end of this month, which is October, you are going to see it on all my socials, because I have worked so hard to finally get here. But I feel like I'm going to do that and it's just going to be the end of it all. And I'm going to put that certificate with my other certificates and be like, on to the next one. That way. That was just a short-lived, clearly. I'm still going that way. I'm also going to register here in Botswana so that I can be registered in 2 jurisdictions. But that's like just a professional thing because it boosts my CV and makes me look cool and whatnot, right? But precisely, me actually going into a law firm, yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to be that person even. I'm just going to be working mainly in consulting firms and doing consultancies and financial services. I think that's where I'm more linked to now. And entrepreneurship as well. Like, I think I've developed a love for startup law in the midst of all of this, startup law and sports law. Well, I've always had a passion for sport law because of my love of basketball, so it kind of mix those two without even thinking about it. But I think sport and startup law are becoming more my thing than corporate, which also means I probably won't be practicing it much if I'm in Africa. Or startup law a bit because they're kind of developing it, but sports law not too much because it's still a novelty and we're kind of working on developing it in Africa. So yeah, comment down below, tell me your weird, wacky professional stories to get to qualifications and all that stuff. I'd like to hear your stories. If you had a good story this year, please tell me and tell us how you did it, because I really would not want anyone else to go through the same thing I did because it was horrible. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, laughed at me, with me, whichever one. Subscribe and become part of the family so you can see more of these kind of videos and other stuff. Check out my channel for other videos. I do lifestyle and travel vlogs and just vlogs in general. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.